Meghan's brain cells have problems. Sussex faces death doom after stunts and fake PR. A royal expert is claiming that Meghan simply cannot perceive herself and Harry as being against the world in their crucial fight, as they call it. Basically, the evil witch and the idiot have created the adversarial aspect of their lives, their irrepressible them versus us contrived drama narrative, and now they've got the nerve to complain about it. It's not much of a stretch of the imagination to picture them just running for cover, and what are they running away from? Well, bad karma, of course. We all know that crap tends to roll downhill, but they have to find a way to keep those newspapers on the coffee table at their home, because how else could Netflix cameras capture the lurid World Privacy Tour headlines, the unconscious bias subtext, and read between the lines rhetoric? So it looks like Meghan and Harry's little game is quickly coming to an end. I know you're upset about it. Actually, I know how happy you are about it because I feel exactly the same way. I am so sick and tired of this nonsense. Their reputations, though, are already in the gutter. Everything having to do with them actually is already in the gutter. They write the script, they plot the PR drama, they stage the camera shots, the angles, and they simulate these fake pursuits. They truly are the source close to the couple who we keep hearing from. They're the ones who are writing the books. They're the ones who are doing the interviews on TV. They're the ones who are showing up on the covers of magazines. And they're the ones who do everything they can to convince us that they really are so important. When it comes to creating PR stunts and hoaxes just to get attention, they truly are unscrupulous. Their worldwide privacy tour is in full swing, and their narcissism compels them to do this over and over again. They truly are the authors of their them versus us mentality. Their them as perpetrators versus us, the victim stance and narrative. And of course, the Wicked Witch is the one who runs the show. She's the one driving that bulldozer in a china shop. And then Harry is furious because he feels like he's lost control, but he doesn't seem to realize that it's because he married an evil witch. So essentially, he has become even more of a nobody than he already was. He's a faceless mass. But all of that comes from all the drugging and drinking, all the paranoid self-justifications. And then we normal people get forced into this role of being the haters and the perpetuators of all their pain, all their slights. But actually, that happened without our consent. We certainly did not ask to be in this sick drama. They put us in it thanks to their deceptions and their obnoxious insistence that we pay attention to them. I can still recall a time when I had never even heard of Meghan. She was an unknown. She lived on the periphery. She entered my radar, actually, only when she sock puppets Harry, and all of a sudden there was this spectacle wedding that we heard all about. But now, unfortunately for her, the evil witch has cried wolf a few too many times, and nobody cares anymore about what she says or does to try to elicit our love and our sympathy and pity, our acceptance, our belief in their stupid lies. But make no mistake, she is the one in charge, and Harry just follows along with whatever she tells him. She and Harry view themselves as fighting the righteous fight and being the heroes against the world, pushing back against these alleged wrongs and injustices. But all of this is completely made up. They love to play the victim. They're looking for restitution, but restitution for what? Because when we start digging, and not even deep, just digging a little bit for the truth, if you look for any kind of veracity to their claims or any justifications to their claims, you end up finding there is no evidence to support what they say. Meghan and Harry are not actually interested in restitution. Instead, they just want the gravy train to keep on coming. They believe that it keeps them in the news and makes them money. And they're shocked that we're not buying any of their nonsense anymore. We're supposed to be on our hands and knees kissing her ugly feet. That is how truly contemptuous they feel about us. They perceive our resistance as this conspiratorial smear campaign, and they believe we're being so unfair. They complain that they have been so hard done by, they have every right to complain. But that's not the way it is. It is us who are confronted with this ridiculous soap opera all the time, and it's us who are turning our heads away in disgust. It's pretty absurd being asked to believe they're garbage and how our intelligence insulted time and time again, and being insulted by such nonsense that we hear from them on pretty much a daily basis. And a lot of the stuff they're coming out with lately doesn't do anything to change our opinions. They just rehash the same lies over and over again because they hope that eventually we're going to roll over and believe them. And then, of course, they're always trying to revise their truth. So now they're backpedaling to earlier assertions and statements. They're trying to gaslight to cover up for other lies that have been proven to be lies. They lie to cover up for other lies, and then they forget what they lied about last month to keep their lies straight. They can't do it. They can release statements all they want, but they're doing nothing to actually make themselves look better. They're trying to reinvent themselves and failing big time because nobody is interested any longer. Nobody cares what they have to say. As far as we are concerned, they are already yesterday's news, except they were never very interesting news in the first place. Even in Meghan's wardrobe choices, they make it clear who they really are. She bases all her choices upon what is the current fashion, how high the price tag is, and how expensive it is, and if it's similar to a dress that Catherine or Diana wore, of course. Meghan has no originality. She just copies other people. Let's just remember that bird poop dress and have a moment of silence and show some respect for all the pigeons around the world. And then Meghan tries to haggle with design houses. What in the world is wrong with her? And I do feel bad for the designers who have to work with her. They have to endure her disastrous forays into their brand by choosing inappropriate clothes for her, in size and creations, and they simply don't flatter her figure. So maybe let's have a moment of silence for the people who have to take her phone calls and survive the trauma or the drama, or more likely both. And I do have a lot of respect for people who did work with her, and that's it for them. They walk away and they will never work with her again. And what does the royal family think of Meghan's fashion sense? Well, I'm guessing they don't think about it at all. They're not going to worry about that subject. I'm sure it doesn't matter one bit to them what she is wearing. I'm guessing they don't even have the time to obsess over what she's wearing or even pay much attention to it at all. Because they're busy being royals. Let's remember they got to ride around in limos and fly around in helicopters. They've got to cut some ribbons and cut some cakes and shake some hands and kiss some babies and accept some floral bouquets. They have to give talks on the climate crisis, and they have to actually do their jobs of, oh, I don't know, helping to improve the world. It is Meghan Markle, the evil witch, who obsesses over stuff and is living that adversarial and competitive approach. It's Meghan looking to the royals and other celebrities to try to figure out what she should wear. She tries her best to copy them, but she fails every single time. The royals themselves actually leave her in the shade because they are sophisticated and educated people. They're not going to play her games. They don't see any need to, and they're not going to play into her hand. They're not going to feed into her narcissism. They are royals. They're not celebrities. Meghan is the one who wants to be a celebrity. She is never going to be royal. Celebrities and royals are simply not the same thing, and they never will be. And no, there's no halfway point between the two.